By Lilly, one of the biggest players in the space, hit another all-time high today. For more, let's bring in Mizuho healthcare sector strategist Jared Holz. Jared, great to have you with us.
Great to see you. Thank you.
You know, it seems like these drugs, GLP-1s, they could be the cure-all for not just, obesity, but for diabetes potentially entirely in terms of eliminating the use or the need for insulin, in terms of addictions of all sorts, in terms of Alzheimer's, in terms of sleep apnea. So why should we be skeptical when a note comes out and says $100 billion eventually? It's the cure-all drug, it seems.
I mean, maybe we shouldn't be at this point. I think the reason to be skeptical probably comes down to a couple of things. It comes down to how big of a target these drugs wind up being for payers, the managed care companies, and how they kind of navigate the next several years from a demand standpoint and from a pricing standpoint and an access standpoint. That would probably be, maybe the biggest deterrent. And then the second is just pricing longer term. But if these drugs are really cure-alls, like, we're kind of finding them out to be, then maybe the amount of skepticism with respect to the market size, we have to kind of think about a little bit.
Are we sort of in a Goldilocks place right now where the belief and the hopes for all these drugs are still in the stocks, and we're not yet at a point where it is proven that it will reduce cardiac events? It is proven that it'll reduce the symptoms of Alzheimer's. Because once these things are proved medically, then they become targets eventually, I would think, of government negotiations and other sort of price controls, scrutiny by the U.S. government in terms of the ability to price these drugs.
Totally. I agree with all of that. I think that as time goes on and we kind of see what the net effect is for patients that are on these drugs longer term, we're going to kind of find out what the real opportunity is. And yes, I think we're talking about some really blue sky scenarios for Novo and Lilly here, and they're probably not unfounded. The stocks have been incredible performers, outperformed every other pharma stock in the peer group. This is the core reason why, and we'll kind of have to see over the next few years how this all plays out. But to have a small study in the New England Journal from the University of Buffalo that had less than a dozen patients have this profound effect on the stocks, and then also have an impact on the broader diabetes space on the medical device side, is very, I think, significant, because these studies are going to continue to happen, and they're likely going to be larger in scale as we move forward.
Jared, it's Karen. Thanks for being on. So it sounds like you're a little bit skeptical. I mean, this number, that's a big number, $100 billion, and yet their price target was $600, which is really not very far at all. 2 days trading away from where we are. You sound a little more skeptical. Where do you think, how far ahead of these big numbers do you think the stock might be now?
Well, Karen, I'm not so skeptical that the revenue numbers can get to these levels, 50 billion, 100 billion over time. It's theoretically possible if the price point is where it's at now. It doesn't take that many patients to get to those type of levels. So I'm not super skeptical on that. I just feel like the very, very bullish outlook and the estimates that are out there are probably not all that helpful for the stocks over the course of time, because the bar becomes so high. And if for any reason they should stumble along the way, that's where I think you run into a problem. I mean, it just doesn't have the same appeal where by the analyst community kind of like allowed for beats and raises with $100 billion market size. I just don't know how much more we can get over the next couple of years in terms of modeling.
As Lilly and Novo, as the story there gets better and better, it seems like the story gets worse and worse for a Dexcom and a ResMed, and we've already seen the impact on ResMed very clearly. They, for instance, are going to be speaking at the Bank of America healthcare conference next week. What is the narrative that these CEOs can give investors at this point to say, you know what, our business is not going to be eaten away by the impact of these semaglutides?
I don't know what the narrative that they're going to kind of portray over the next couple of weeks is going to be. A couple of these companies are at broker-sponsored conferences in the healthcare arena this week, and they've tried to dispel some of the worry or apprehension as far as what the GLP-1 category is going to do to their businesses, particularly on the diabetes side, and it really hasn't worked overly well. I just feel like, I really want to take a step back and reassess some of these stocks in the medical device space. I just don't know if they're going to work because this overhang is going to persist for a number of quarters, years, to the point where I really don't know what management teams can say to get investors to think there's nothing here.